According to the Jimmy Gunn stands, this is apparently peak Superman. That's right, folks. Krypto giving Superman back shots is peak Superman. It's comic accurate. 'Cause fuck you. So a new look was offered by James Gunn himself at CinemaCon, and this is actually footage that's supposed to be shown before the Minecraft movie. I would know because I actually went to go see the Minecraft movie, and it was surprisingly good. I might do a review on that later, but that's besides the point. I actually got to see this first look in theaters, this big piece of shit displayed here, and yeah, it's exactly that, a piece of shit. Because what the hell is going on? Why is Krypto the super dog, or more like Krypto the retarded dog, giving back shots to an injured Superman? But before I get into all that bullshit, go ahead and do your due diligence and like and subscribe to this channel because you're not going to want to miss out on this banger content that I have for you. Now that that's out of the way, let's get back into it. Yeah, this footage sucked. I don't know why James Gunn thought this was a good idea to show off as like an exclusive look or whatever, because it just looks like bullshit. And it looks like he's trying to bank on Krypto the super dog, because like this is supposed to be a Superman movie, right? Why are we seeing more of the dog in the advertisement or the marketing campaign than Superman himself? Or even James Gunn for that matter. Why is James Gunn marketing himself over Superman? Doesn't seem like he understands the character that well to, prop himself up instead of, this embodiment of hope and justice, right? Because you comic stands would know all about that. Oh wait, you don't. And you never have given a shit, and you never will give a shit. And people like you need to be put in prison. And I'll be glad to help with that. But all jokes aside, not really. Yeah, I hate everything about this footage. This James Gunn's one-trick pony ass doing the whole, oh, here's a cute little animal that's going to sell the show because we don't actually have compelling enough characters to display here. Nope, we got to show off the dog. And this dog, Krypto the super dog even, who's actually, supposed to have some sort of intelligence, is giving back shots to an injured Superman. Like, what the hell is this? What do you know, James Gunn? Clearly nothing. But I honestly can't fault James Gunn for this because he's just catering to an audience that doesn't know jack shit about anything. These people, they were in their dad's nutsack when Man of Steel came out, which is a, superior product compared to this piece of shit that's coming out in July. This is not good, folks. This is not good at all. I don't know why y'all are trying to settle for less. Because, you look at the rest of this footage, when Krypto brings Superman to the Fortress of Solitude, and he's being helped by these robots that are just fucking retarded. Or, you have one robot saying, they don't have, any sort of consciousness or, ability to feel, essentially. And there's a girl that's blushing over Superman, after he states that fact.
Thank you. No need to thank us, sir, as we will not appreciate it. We have no consciousness whatsoever. Merely automatons here to serve. Meet 12. She's Muse.
Oh, he looked at me.
Yeah, did anyone think to, check James Gunn on his bullshit writing or just say, hey, you might want to rewrite this because this makes no sense. You kind of contradict yourself here with your little shitty robots that you have displayed. I know these robots are in the comics, but it looks like, James Gunn can't even do the comics justice or properly depict these characters because, again, what does he actually know? And he's honestly banking on you idiots out there, you so-called real DC fans. He's really banking on y'all to, not actually check this shit out or, just check him in general. But like I said earlier, can't fault him for that. Y'all are a bunch of idiots, and you're going to buy into the shit, and you'll continue to buy into the shit. Or actually lack thereof, because y'all don't actually buy movie tickets. You haven't shown up to the last 9 DC movies post Zack Snyder, but that's a whole other topic. Well, actually, there is something I want to bring up about Zack Snyder, and it's the fact that Henry Cavill's Superman completely mogs this little bitch boy. And I say that because you look at this scene right here where he's getting healed by the yellow sun or whatever, and it's okay, dude, why do you need to be at the Fortress of Solitude to use the yellow sun or use this little device to basically heal your fractured bones or whatever? It's could you not have gone anywhere in the world and heal yourself with the sun? Because I know the sun's supposed to heal him. And you look at someone like Zack Snyder's Superman, the epic version, the one that's, an actual representation of Superman. And I know you little simps out there can't fathom the idea of that because you've been told by all these retards out here that think they know comics that Henry Cavill's Superman isn't actually Superman. He's just some depressed emo dude. Yeah, don't listen to those people. They don't know shit, and they never have known shit for their whole lives. But that's really besides the point. No, the point I want to make here is Henry Cavill's Superman, whenever he'd take on something like a nuke of all things, he was healed by the sun instantly. That you see that epic scene where he's getting healed and he comes back in full Superman glory, kicking Doomsday's ass and all that shit. This version of Superman, James Gunn's bitch boy Superman, couldn't even handle something like that. No, he has to, you know, sit in this little chair, act like a little bitch. And you know what? Actually, you know what? Hold on. I may understand why Gunn is portraying him this way, and he actually might be cooking here. And you're probably thinking, well, what the hell are you talking about? Well, let me paint you a picture here. See, this version of Superman takes inspiration from someone like, I don't know, Trent Horn, who is a complete bitch in real life, gets cucked by his wife. I think this is a visual metaphor for Trent's cuckoldry to his wife that admitted to nearly cheating on him or almost getting into an affair with him at her workplace. Yeah, I think that's what James Gunn was going for here. So in that case, James Gunn, hats off to you, buddy. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I had to throw that joke in there because fuck you, Trent Horn, you little bitch. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah. We don't hate anybody over here. We don't hate anyone, even someone like James Gunn or even Trent Horn. But again, besides the point. Overall, the footage that was shown here, not great. I don't have any hopes for this movie. And you actually see later on when they show like the other bullshit footage, because for whatever reason, like I just don't think this whole like Krypto saving Superman was a good touch or a good sneak peek, if you want to call it that. I just don't think this was the best thing to showcase here. And then you like basically play out a trailer, and there's one scene I want to point out that there's actually something that kind of shows that Gunn is a hack, and he actually doesn't know this character at all, the character of Superman, that is. And it's this scene right here where Superman is sitting in this chair with his like little coffee cup, and he's talking to Lois. And you see this like little creature in the background, just like, you know, causing mass destruction. And it looks like Green Lantern is trying to take care of it or whatever. But it's like, hey, Superman, get off your ass and go help him out. But you won't hear the real DC fans, quote unquote, real DC fans or the Jimmy Gunn stands having any issue with this, because they're a bunch of hacks and they're very inconsistent with their lives altogether. But of course they'll say that Gunn actually gets Superman. He's actually giving us a comic accurate Superman, which is clearly not the case. And I know a lot of y'all gave Zack Snyder shit back in the day with his Superman, and of the fact that like Henry Cavill apparently didn't save enough people or he didn't smile enough. I don't know about that, guys, because what I'm seeing with James Gunn Superman, he's not really saving a whole lot of people, especially when, you know, he's sitting there having a fucking coffee of all things, not taking care of the threat that's like literally right next to him. No, but Zack Snyder Superman was the problem. Henry Cavill Superman was the problem, not this hack right here. And last thing I want to bring up before I conclude this video, speaking of hacks, what is this soundtrack? The music sucks altogether. Like, who is the hack composing this shit? Oh wait, it's the guy that composed that awful soundtrack for the Suicide Squad. Everything about the soundtrack that we heard in the sneak peek, it just sounds like something from a cheesy Saturday morning cartoon, but even worse than that. And this is just a horrible rendition of John Williams' classical Superman theme. Like, it's just so unnecessary, and it's just, it doesn't lift you off the ground, it doesn't lift you off your feet in any sort of way, like metaphorically speaking. And it's a complete downgrade from what someone like Hans Zimmer composed with his epic Man of Steel score and even BVS score. Just, this is an absolute downgrade. We deserve way better than this. I don't know what they were thinking with allowing this shit, but here we are. And something I've noticed that other people are mentioning, besides the soundtrack or the shitty soundtrack, are these like wide angle camera lenses that's being utilized here. Like, it looks like somebody's figuring out for the first time how to use a wide angle lens, because these shots just look awkward as shit, and this is just, it's so unnecessary, just like this movie altogether. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. What do you guys think of this sneak peek? Is this hype? Is this peak like all these other Gunn stands out here are saying, all these retards out here? Or does this look like absolute shit and you're actually willing to be honest with yourself on how this looks? Because like, here's the thing, folks, this is the state of DC. It's an absolute shit show. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. You can take it or leave it. You can cuss me out in the comment section, get mad at me all you want, but truth is truth, and I'm here to provide that for you, cause I'm him. Now type that in the comment section. Now with all that being said, I really want to leave it to you guys. What did you think of the footage? Are you excited for this movie still after seeing this shitty ass footage? If so, let me know why that is the case and why you're wrong. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, seriously let me know. I always read your feedback, good or bad, for better or worse. And I also have many other banger videos out there that you should definitely check out because you don't want to miss out on it. But that's going to do it for this one. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.
Stop!